Hi, everybody. My name is CJones, and I want to talk to you about my research question, which is why has recreational drugs been continuing to experience such a high and strong consistency increase in New York? So, one reason I would like to tell you guys about this is because of all of the actions and the incidents that have currently been happening around our area in recent years. One could be the mom who was high and drunk and drove the wrong way on the Taconic Parkway, killing 8 people in the process. Another one could be the 2 people who took Molly at a music festival last summer and died from an overdose. Another one could be the Scarsdale doctor who ran a pill mill out of his Manhattan doctor's office. So also another reason why I picked this as my topic in question is because it's a strong topic for me. I've done a lot of drugs in my past and I've learned from them. It's made me a better person for it, and I feel like I can really show people the right way and I can kind of influence people based on the right and the wrong moves that I've made in my life. So, I read a few books and got a few different articles, and I even watched a video that was pretty interesting, all about drugs and their different aspects. The Truth About Drugs by Mark Kittleson. This is actually a book more about peer pressure, with peer pressure being um, more of a thing between teenagers, maybe between the ages of 18 and 25, where they want to seem cool, so they'll do drugs in front of their friends or with their friends just to get a feeling of belonging, regardless of how it actually occurs and actually makes them. It's just a way to be cool and fit in. Also, I had Does advertising promote substance abuse? This is by Lori Newman, and it has two different essays in it that contradict each other. One's actually by Thomas Abrams, and the other one's by Sally Satel. Thomas Abrams speaks about how Oxycontin in the media and how the media actually covers up most of the actual bad repercussions with Oxycontin. It's a business after all. So why are they going to actually put everything that's bad that has to do with Oxycontin? Because it might prevent their business from growing. Sally Satel, on the other hand, just talks about how it's actually a good drug and how many people actually benefit from this. Which I do agree that many people do benefit from this. People who've had spinal surgery and chronic pain, but there's a lot of people who actually have been abusing this, and where I feel that it's bad is because people go from Oxycontin, and because it's such an expensive drug to buy on the street, they actually go and shoot up heroin and do heroin afterwards because it's a similar high, but heroin's much more cheaper. So I feel kind of more on the side of Thomas Abrams and how that's actually a much stronger perspective about how the media covers things up about it. I also read a scholarly article by Keith Ahmad, and this speaks about different heroin users and how you would have how out of all the people that he's actually interviewed, a little less than half were willing to go for rehabilitation, which is a completely big problem in society because if you're not willing to go for rehabilitation, you really don't want to quit. So at all costs, you'll cover your tracks and cover up what you need to do just to keep getting high because you're not actually in the mood to actually get help, which is pretty sad in most cases. Um, the video that I watched, it was by Ethan Nettleman, and this video speaks about how illicit drugs, such as cocaine, heroin, and other drugs that are illegal, should actually be regulated and not banned, because just like probation in the 20s, where there's a will, there's a way, and people will find a way to get the drugs if they're banned. But if you can actually regulate these drugs, then I feel like there's a good chance that people won't feel that it's taboo or something that they want to try because it might be fun, but instead it might just become something that slowly simmers down and may possibly stops. drugs are always going to be around. It's just a matter of how you actually show them to people and make them perceive it. So I'm glad that I could talk to you guys about drugs. Maybe I taught some of you. Maybe you guys will listen, but hopefully you guys got something out of this. So thank you guys and have a good night.